Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Town Pump. Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Everybody, Griz football's back. Week 1 press conference. Thank you for being here with us. We've got Coach Hauck, Chris Walker, and Garrett Graves. We'll start with some opening thoughts from Coach Hauck and then open it up to questions. I have a microphone here for the audience at home, so raise your hand, please, and I will pass the microphone around. But first, Coach, we'll get started. Fall camp is now over. Your final thoughts on that as you wrap that up and then look ahead to Butler for week 1.
Sure. Well, it's good to see everybody, and thanks to Garrett and Chris for taking time out of their day to come join us. So, fall camp was good. I like our team's work ethic. I think that they gave their all over the last 3 weeks to try to get ready to play this coming week, and thought our prep was good. I know that you're all going to ask me about the quarterback deal, so I'll just get to that. We have quarterbacks that are that we like, that are competing to be our starter. So I know you guys are looking for an end to that or a conclusion of that, but there's just not going to be an end to that in the first game. Whoever takes the first snap doesn't mean they're the permanent starter or anything like that. Y'all tend to make assumptions that whoever we start in the first game, that's going to be the end of it. That's not the end of it. It's just a start, and it's really just the beginning. So that'll continue on till it doesn't. Somebody's got to play well enough to make that decision. Their play will make the decision, not anything else. So we'll see where that goes. So I like where it is. Multiple guys will get opportunities at quarterback, and somebody will separate themselves, and then we'll go with that. So that's where that sits. Butler's a good football team. They play hard. Their coaching's really good. They're very, very solid in all 3 phases. It's really hard to find a schematic advantage, offense, defense, kicking, versus what they do. Really have an appreciation for how they go about it. I like how they play. I like their attention to detail. I just like how they do things. They were 7-2 last year, going into the final 2 games and knocking on the door, getting in the playoffs, and that didn't work out for them. They dropped their last 2 and didn't get in, but they're an awfully good football team. The quarterback is Bushka's just terrific. He was the conference player of the year last year. He's keeping me and our defensive coaches up at night. I mean, he just does a lot of great things. He's their leading rusher. He just really does it all. He's a really good player. So veteran players up front, both sides of the ball. Anytime you have a good quarterback and good fronts and good coaching, you got a chance to win. And this will be a good test for us this weekend.
Questions?
Coach, what were you most pleased with coming out of fall camp, and how would you describe how you came out of it health-wise?
I was most pleased with the effort level and the attention to detail. Football training camp is about guys continuing to learn the game and evolve as players, so they get better technically, they get better in terms of what they understand, and I thought our team did a good job with that.
How was the first fall camp with new direction on both sides of the ball in terms of the coordinator?
I thought it was fine.
Is there any differences you guys will implement moving forward with those guys and their rules?
Say it one more time.
Is there any differences in terms of schematics or any or identity that you guys will implement moving forward?
So you're asking me to give the game plan away?
No scheme. Just wondering if there's any difference in those guys leading those.
Go again.
Okay. What do you like about Ronnie Bradford as the defensive coordinator?
Ronnie's doing a nice job. He's he's brought his own spin to things. He's got a lot of energy. He's very smart. So he's doing a great job with those guys.
And on offense, Coach Hughes has so much experience. What were your impressions of him the last couple of weeks?
Well, my impressions of him are the same as they've been for 30 years since we all got into coaching. But Brent's really smart. As you mentioned, he's got great experience. He knows how he wants to do things. And, I just thought that the way our offense evolved through training camp, it was exciting to watch. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was fun to watch, a lot of different guys play at different positions. It was fun to see some young guys come along. It was fun to watch the quarterback battle. Just kind of really enjoyable.
Do you have any crossover with Butler? Have you ever had Butler experience, or do you have any crossover with the coaching staff?
I do not.
What do you think about the quarterback being left-handed? That changed the way that you prepare for this?
Yeah, it totally changes the game plan. You compare totally differently because he's left-handed. God, Colter, what kind of question is that? He throws it with the other hand. It's like the kicker might be left-footed too, so our field goal rush is different.
Coach, you mentioned
The ball spins opposite.
You mentioned what you like what you saw from the three quarterbacks. Just between the three of them, what kind of stood out in fall camp from their skill sets and what impressed you most?
Go again with that, Sean. Kyle, Sean, Kyle.
But you mentioned you like what you saw from the three quarterbacks. Sam, Clifton, and Chris. What stands out about what they did this fall? Like what kind of stood out most?
I thought their accuracy was good. Obviously, Clifton wasn't here in the spring, so he picked it up pretty fast in terms of just speaking a different language, all those different things. So that was good. I thought Sam continued to refine his knowledge of the system, and I thought they handled things. I thought they handled protections and all those different things pretty well, maybe better than expected. And then again, the accuracy and the completion percentages were good.
In just a few minutes, small business owners can now sign up for Blackfoot Communications services. Whether it's dependable voice options or internet services, sign up simply by visiting blackfootsmallbusiness.com. Click on the services you wish, select an installation time and date, and you're done. Small business services at the touch of your fingers. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications and blackfootsmallbusiness.com.
And Chris, from the offensive line perspective, what's been like kind of working with a number of quarterbacks, and like Coach mentioned, any of these guys could be taking steps. What have you noticed from your perspective working with these guys?
Give all three of them credit. I mean, we put you back there for the first game, and we're all going to block the same.
I appreciate
It
that.
really doesn't matter who's going to be back there. How we go out there and play.
You guys, with obviously a big storyline with this group has been the offensive line. Everybody's back, the starters and a couple guys on the QB who also have experience. What's it been like this fall camp? Is that cohesion chemistry?
Just makes things that much easier. Very, very blessed to have the starting five back. Again, very good thing. We have the ones and twos to rotate in and not seeing any change. Just overall good group of guys to work with.
Then Garrett, what do you like from the defensive side of the ball, and you guys just kind of the meshing and the chemistry on that side for you guys?
I think the guys have been playing with a lot of effort, and that's something that we always like to see. A lot of hardworking guys and a lot of really good communication back there. All been playing together for a while.
For Garrett and Chris, what's it like? You've been going against each other for so long. I imagine kind of chomping at the bit to go against someone else.
Yeah, I think we're ready to hit somebody else for sure. We always keep it competitive. That's something we like to pride ourselves on, and competing against somebody else is going to be really nice.
Kind of fun to beat up on your brothers, but a lot more fun to do on someone else.
And obviously Coach Hauck kind of runs a tough physical camp. How much does that feel like prepare you guys, especially early on in the season, switching over from a fall camp to real games?
I don't see a lot of other programs practicing the way we do. Heat of the day makes you tougher.
Coach, Do we
It's
know
never
who
hot
the
here.
starting kicker is going to be? Who's going to be rolling out there for extra points, field goals, and what have you seen from the?
Depth chart comes out tomorrow.
Oh, got it. Depth chart comes out tomorrow. If it came out today, Grant Glasgow would be the starting kicker. And then what was the second part of that, Sean?
Just overall, just the kicking game. Fans haven't seen it. So what did you see from them this fall?
I thought our coverage guys did a pretty good job of working through that aspect of it. We haven't. I mean, each first and second group each got one live rep each during training camp, so we haven't seen a lot of it either. But I think our coverage teams will play hard. I think that our return teams, my perspective is they have an understanding of what we're trying to do. So hopefully that'll go well. It usually does for us. I don't know. We'll see. Anytime, in the special teams part of it, the first game, the ball's kind of out there and, it gets kicked or punted and it's weird things can happen. So hopefully we're prepared and it goes our way. But first games, I think, are always extremely difficult in the kicking game.
You guys broke the record for most season ticket holders.
Well, that was our fans broke the record.
That's true. Your fans broke the record for most season ticket holders. You guys are going to have this year. What's that mean to you guys? Obviously, it's always loud, but what's that mean to you guys to see those numbers?
Well, I don't know. That stadium's generally full, and it's fun to go to games here, and I think everybody enjoys it. And I know the guys that are playing enjoy it, but Griz football's a thing in these parts, and people show up, and everybody has a blast, and hopefully the right team wins when we're here at home.
Back to the left-handed quarterback.
You coming back for another bite of that? Huh?
He was the Pioneer Player of the Year, Pioneer League Player of the Year last year. What sort of things do you think he does well? What sort of things do you guys need?
Well, there you go. That one I can answer. He's multi-dimensional. He's like going back through the years and playing against teams that had running quarterbacks. He's their leading rusher as well. But he's like back in the day when you'd play Air Force or Navy and they had a quarterback that could throw it. It was a huge problem. And this guy can beat you with his feet and he can beat you with his arm. He's very accurate. Again, you mentioned he was the player of the year in their league for a reason. He's just a terrific, productive player. And, their offense goes through him, which kind of is obvious because he's getting the ball every time from the center. But he makes plays both in the run and pass game, which is really difficult.
Hi, I'm attorney Dave Maldonado, a seasoned litigator with over a decade of experience in Montana. Have you been injured in a car accident? If so, remember insurance companies want to give you as little money as possible. There's a reason why they have the biggest buildings in the largest cities. Don't let big insurance bully you. Visit BigSkyDefender.com today to see how I can help you get fair compensation for your injuries. The consultation's free and the fight's real.
A question for both you and Gary. You can go first, Coach. I was listening to one of your interviews with Riley. You mentioned Noah Cashmere, his great offseason and how he sort of rose up the depth chart. I know you liked him coming out of high school. How has he sort of made the next step and get himself in the rotation?
Well, Cash he's had a good off season. He's very strong. His weight room numbers are great. His effort levels second to none. And it's typical of where he's from in the Idaho Panhandle is a lot like small town Montana guys. It takes them a little bit of time to come around and learn the game at the college level. It's just there's more to it and it's faster paced. And they haven't seen anything like that. And so he's a lot like the smaller school Montana guys that we have. And he's just really blossomed and it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, Cashmere is one of my better buddies. He's a real hardworking, tough, really strong kid, like Coach said. I think that's something that's really exciting about him is his body. He's got a lot of upside there, and he's a tough dude. So I'm really excited to see what's in store for him.
Butler's quarterback's also on the Walter Payton Award preseason watch list. But I know looking at their stats last year, they led the FCS in red zone offense, and then they were top 2 in fewest tackles for loss allowed and fewest sacks allowed. So how much of that is quarterback play? How much of it is offensive line or other aspects from what you see on film like they have success in those?
Well, I think it goes back to, I mean, they're good up front. They do a nice job. So you want to discount the work the big fellas are doing. This guy might reach over and sock me if I didn't give those guys some credit. But a lot of that has to do with the running quarterback and his ability with his feet. You know, he just doesn't take losses. You know, in the pass game, even when people are getting him down, he's getting beyond the line of scrimmage a yard or two and watching quite a bit of their film. The other thing is as the field compresses in the red zone, the ability to have quarterback run game and +1 run game is really helpful.
He's already a guy with multiple college degrees, seems to do a lot of volunteer work in the community, and then played in every game this year. So what can you say about how he's going about handling his business on and off?
Yeah, TC's a great guy. He's really done everything that's been asked of him. He's moved positions. He's worked his tail off. He does everything right. Popular with his teammates, just all around, and his coaches. He's just an all-around good guy. He gives his all for the Griz, and you know, I'm excited for his senior year for him and Garrett and Chris as well on either side of me. I mean, all these guys are all a lot alike. They're focused. They're single-minded in what they want to get done, which is win games on Saturday. And you know, Trajan puts that in practice every day around here, and then he also does that off the field. He's just a great member of the community and a good guy to be around.
Gary, I mean, you guys play football so much outside of when the actual games come around, but now you got the opener coming up, and it's your senior year too. So, I mean, what's it like when it's game week and you know get to run out the tunnel on Saturday?
Yeah, a lot of anticipation. You know, none of us would be on the team if we didn't like the off-season work too. So, obviously, try to enjoy that while it's there. But this is the real deal. The games are what we're here for. So, really excited to run out in front of Griz and hear all those fans and do it for my family and the community and the state. I think that's the people I want to be out there with my brothers doing it in front of. So exciting stuff.
Coach, what does kind of Butler do defensively? Is there any person or thing that they do that kind of stands out?
Yeah, it's funny in this day and age, personnel evaluations are really difficult. You know, there's just so much turnover at every school. So the first game, you know, you have some gray area on what the personnel is going into it. But defensively, I mean, they could have changed everything in the off season. I can tell you what they did a year ago. They've been a 4-down team, mix of zone and man free, and quite a bit of zone pressure. But again, the first game, you got to be ready for everything.
Yeah, what is that first game like for coach? And more anxiety because of the fear of the unknown?
Yeah, coach player alike. I think the first game's a little nerve-wracking because you're not totally sure about what you've got, and you're really unsure of what the opponent has. So you just don't have a feel for matchups or again, personnel. You don't know what's changed schematically, so you know you have to be pretty vanilla and pretty generic and get a feel for it as the game goes on.
Chris obviously kind of came here doing a new position. And now on senior whole watch list and things like that? What has he done to get himself into that position and develop as a tackle?
Chris is, it's going to be redundant here, but Chris has worked really hard. He came in a year ago and hadn't played offensive line since high school. He'd been a defensive lineman at Nebraska. Our opinion on that was that he was out of position, and he's a natural offensive tackle. And I think you can refresh my memory, but he didn't take too much convincing on that. I think he felt that way too. I mean, he looks in the mirror. So he learned the position. He's worked hard technically on it. He got a little bit of baptism under fire and thrown in the games last year when he hadn't had much experience. I thought that was really beneficial. And then he had a big decision to make last offseason, whether he was going to come back or try his hand at the professional level. We had quite a bit of discussion about that, and obviously he's here, so we agreed that another year of playing would be really beneficial to him in terms of his development and his chances to actually make a team down the road. And he hasn't disappointed. He's played great during training camp and spring ball, and obviously others are recognizing that.
Chris, how much more comfortable do you feel, and what was it like when you were kind of going through that first camp last year compared to how you feel now?
I take it past that now, so that makes life a little bit easier.
You don't know what that is.
No, it was a whole lot more better than last year. Feeling a lot more comfortable in the position. Definitely feels right. Very, very glad I came back next year for this game.
Couple more. Coach, that's one for me. Said you wanted to, see how the first few games went to determine, play at quarterback. You played two quarterbacks deep into a season and alternated before. Does it matter? Do you want one guy to kind of push forward to be the guy, or if both guys are playing well, how comfortable are you with playing two quarterbacks?
Yeah, like a lot of places, we've changed quarterbacks around here, and like Chris mentioned, I don't think anybody thinks anything of it. I think it's the era of college football where a lot of people play multiple quarterbacks, and you can't apply 80s and 90s rationale to what is in today's college football. So I don't care one way or the other. I just want to win. I'll follow that up though, Sean, for you. I will say that decision gets made by the players. Somebody's, and it's the same at his position or his position. If you play better than the guy that you're competing with, then you play ahead of him. That's how it is, and that's how that decision gets made. So we'll see how it goes.
I'll start with Garrett. I guess going to last first game, I guess any pregame routine, pregame song, any superstition that you kind of follow to get you?
That's a good question. I think our team has a good pregame routine that sticks with me. I guess that's the routine I follow. I guess that's inside secret, so I won't dive too deep into that. But I think all of us doing the same thing together. I don't really have an individual one. Just gonna try to stick with that routine. Have it like the games we've won at home before.
Chris, I'll ask you the same question. Any pregame superstition?
Anybody else? Thanks for being here, everybody.
All right. See you
Town
guys.
Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any town pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Town